folks, mediocre cover band guitar guy. How's everybody doing? We've got a beautiful day here. It's actually not raining for once in a very long time. I hate rain. It makes the grass grow really quick, and you're always mowing the friggin' lawn. All right, let's get down to it. We've probably talked about some of the things here before that I'm about. Jeez, he's being redundant. What the fuck? No, seriously. I was off all last week, and first of all, yes, thank you guys for the well wishes concerning my father's passing. I really, really appreciate it. I was off all last week, and in my quiet times, I went down the whole YouTube thing, watching a pile of videos and stuff. And one of the things that I had to laugh at is a term that I've heard here a couple times in the last few months, referring to bands like being pro-level bands, musicians being top-tier musicians, and us guys are middle of the road and bargain basement bar bands. Say that fast a bunch of times. And I found it really funny because it's us bargain basement bar bands. Like, we're the ones that are playing. Like, my band, we play pretty good gigs. We get decent paydays. We don't settle for playing 2 hours away for $600, where you got to lug a full PA and get stuck in a corner of some shithole bar where no one gives a shit. You know what I mean? And most of my friends are in those same type of bands. And we're the ones that are considered bargain basement bar bands. It's the same thing with referring to guitar players like myself. I know I'm no fucking virtuoso or, whatever, however you pronounce it. But I get the job done when we're playing live. And I did the same thing. I just came off a fucking tribute tour of country songs. And I've never really played country before in my life. I'm not a country player. Obviously, watch the videos. But like I get what I got to get done. So like, is that really kind of saying that somebody's middle of the road? Like, that really doesn't even make sense to me. Because one of the guys that made this comment to me one time, like, his band's last gig was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They played for 2 hours, and they all walked away with like $30 a person. So if you're walking away with that, like, who the fuck is the professional, and who's top tier, and who's the pro level band, and who's this and who's that? I don't care how great you are as a musician. There's a couple things you need to realize that we've talked about on this before, and like, the videos are years and years and years old, so people aren't gonna go back and watch it. You can take 4 people who are middle of the road, mediocre, whatever you want to call them, put them in a band together. If you've got a great singer and a good set list, you're getting booked. You're getting the good gigs. It doesn't matter how fast you can play. It doesn't matter how many sweeps you can do in the middle of a fucking Waylon Jennings song. You know what I mean? You're not going to get the gigs. So you're not the top tier musician or the pro level band. That's something that you need to actually distinguish for yourself. Personally, I wish there was no stigmatizing any musician. I think, you know what? We're not all on the same level. People say, well, it's this, it's that. No, there are great players out there that, there's a billion guitar players out there right now I wish I was half as good as. But that's just not where I'm at, and that's whatever. That's either a combination of my ability, willingness to practice 6 hours a day, because I got other shit to do, right? Like a lot of people, I have to go to work because, you know what? I like to live indoors. I like to poop indoors. You know what I mean? I like to have home bowl advantage. I don't want to sneak into a restaurant when somebody's not looking to do that kind of stuff. So I go to work, and that's how I take care of things. And same with my partner who sings in the band. We work, and we work hard. Okay? So I get it. Not everybody's on the same level. You got guys out there who can't keep a job because they're assholes, and they just stay home and play their guitar all day, and they're miles above everybody else. That's great. Perfect. I wish I had that life where my missus was going to pay for everything, and I was just going to stay home and play guitar the whole day. But my partner would stab me square in the dick if I did that. Okay? And I wouldn't blame her. I deserve it. Okay? Like, I'm talking testicles rolling on the floor. That's where I'm at. So, yes, we're not all equal in musical ability and whatever, but saying this is how a pro level band sounds and this is how a bargain basement band sounds, when the bargain basement guys are playing premium gigs with premium time slots, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays in the evening. Not while somebody's on lunch break eating a fucking sandwich and watching you do Brown Eyed Girl or Hardcovers or whatever the fuck you're doing. So I think that's where I'm at with this whole thing. Like, Music should be inclusive. It should never boil down to whatever pronoun you want to use. It should never be your ability to do whatever. If you want to write a fucking song, write a fucking song. If nobody else likes it, you wrote a song, right? You did that for yourself. First and foremost, do it for yourself. And it's the same thing with being in a band. Do it for yourself and then try to get other people to enjoy it. If not, then you got to keep going back to the drawing board. But if you're a pro level band, I guess you don't need to do that. You can go up and play Chicago covers all night and everybody will love you because you're just so fucking great, right? So just keep humble, keep plugging away at it. Stop stereotyping people because of who they are, where they come from, how you got your gigs. If you're getting your gigs because you got a government job and your dad's hooking you up and creating shit for you so you can get like gigs, are you a pro level musician? You didn't do any work, did you? Right? You're not out there knocking on doors and handing out business cards, emailing people, Facebook messaging people, texting people, keeping in contact with people over and over and over, working 10 years to get a slot on a festival that may never come. But, you know, for some reason, people keep saying yes to you because of your connections, not because of who you are. When you got bands that are here in the city that have been together 25 years that are losing gigs because of this, and they're the pro level bands because they've got 25 years and they've played every fucking thing that's ever happened. So I think what you need to do is step back, look at yourself, look at where you're to, look at what you've accomplished in music, and then say to yourself you're pro level. Because if you've done shit, you are what you've done, right?